Have you ever been in a poorly insulated attic space at the peak of summer? Can get hot. They say an eco-friendly house can't be built in 150 days for $150,000, and I say it can. I'm Alan Smith. Join me as I push the limits with time, budget, and creativity with the Garden Home Challenge, exclusively on ehowhome. You know, the goal with this project is to get as much livable space as we can out of the entire footprint of the house. So we've got a 1,650 square foot house. In order to maximize all the space, we had to use the upstairs, which is the attic space. We went from a 10-12 pitched roof to a 12-12 pitched roof, which made it a little steeper, you see. And so by making it steeper, it allowed us to push these walls, the exterior walls of this attic space. We could push them a little further and open up the floor space of the living space here. Let me show you what I mean by this roof pitch. You see, for a 12-10, for every 12 inches of rise here, you kick out, the run is 10 inches. You get an angle here that's set out by the 12 inches and the 10 inches. On a 12-12, you see the rise is 12 inches up, the same as this one, but you come down to 12, so you're adding 2 more inches here. So I could pull this roof line, this turns out to be a 45-degree angle. I can pull this roof line, kick it out a little further, so this interior wall can go further against this slope of the roof inside the attic space. So we're gonna get a little more space up here, which is what we're after. Now let's talk a minute about the materials that we're using here to make this attic space more comfortable. If you've ever been in an attic, in the summer, you know, it can get really hot. And this past year, it was 114 degrees. It was a record-breaking summer for us. Just look at the underside of this 1/4 inch, what really is kind of a particle or a chipboard. What you see here is that this side is covered in a radiant barrier made of aluminum. All right, so it's a very thin coating. What this thin coating does, it will actually keep out or reflect back 97% of the radiant heat coming from the sun. And let me tell you, as my granddad used to say, it gets hotter than the hinges of hell here, and we're going to make sure that we keep it out of this attic space. What's really efficient about this stuff is it can actually lower temperatures in an attic up to 30 degrees at the peak of summer, which is really important. It costs a couple of bucks more a sheet, but you can see it can pay for itself with the energy savings over time fairly quickly. So what Tony's doing now is he's putting down the decking. You just saw the back side of it, and the outer side here just looks like chipboard. And he's applying the tar paper on top and putting his toe board so he can work all the way along here. So it takes a lot of material to get up here. So let me show you how they're bringing the material up on to this highest peak. So what we're doing here is, this is a really clever slide that Tony made. He's up there at the top. Hey, Tony. And so what we're doing is we're taking these sheets of roof decking. Got 8 of them on here, about 40 pounds a piece. That's about 320 pounds. And so you can slide this decking all the way up there, and just makes it so much easier than trying to schlep this stuff up the stairs one piece at a time. Okay, Tony, let her go. So look at that. Pretty handy, huh? It's a homemade elevator. If you're enjoying our progress, watching the house go up, make sure you tell a friend and subscribe to ehowhome.